Welcome back to our project, and I hope you are doing well and your family is staying safe during this trying time. And so today our group, we're going to be showing our auction website project, and yeah, so let's start by registering a new account. We already showed this in the first demo of our login page, but yeah, let's do it. So I put in a random password, doesn't work. Random name doesn't work. You have to register for a username. So let's put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how this goes. So there you go, successfully registered. And now, oh yeah, and all these fields, they have to be empty. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot make the same account twice. So there it is. And the new password and confirm password, they still check that they're the same. So you cannot make an account if you don't have two matching passwords. So let's log in with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we are. We're in the home page. You can see all this stuff, all the values, and we're gonna go through this later. But we're gonna use username 1 because that is the user account that we've already made with a database inside of it. So now we're gonna show off the cell functionality. So take it away, Koshal.
Okay, so this is our home screen. As you can see, we have a nav bar that has quick links to the home page, sell page, view listings, and so on. And you will see this nav bar on every page for quick access to all the pages. Additionally, on the home page, there is an alert section that shows which items have been won by the user. So we can see for user 1, he's won Ultra Boost, which is item number 6 for $70, and an Under Armour shirt for $100. There's also the wish list, which we will go over later. Next, let's try to sell an item. So we have 3 different categories of items: shoes, search, and pants. Each of them have their different fields. So let's try to fill in some sample values for shoes. You can just go with whatever, I guess. So for the sell page, all of these fields are required except for minimum selling price. If the user chooses not to fill in a minimum selling price, it will just be set to the initial price. Additionally, minimum bid increment has to be at least 1 cent, and the auction end date has to be any time in the future, at least 1 minute ahead, so that there's time for the auction to run.
So for this auction, for this test cell, we're gonna set it 5 minutes from now. So later on in the view listing, we can see that when an item expires, it just disappears from the current listings that are available.
So if you navigate to view listings, you will see that item test shoes is now in view listings. It lists the brand, size, color, price, start, and end date. We can go back to the sell page and try to sell shirts this time, which has 3 different attributes: style, size, and fabric. For shirts and pants, the size fields are varchars instead of integers. So, for example, we can type medium or large. And fabric. Yep, we could just fill in all these fields. So for this example, let's try setting a minimum selling price that's less than the initial price. And then when you click post item for sale, it'll give you a message that says it must be at least $19.99, which is the initial price. Yep. And then if we change, okay, I guess we can do it in the third one. So for pants, yep. So pants have 3 additional fields: brand, size, and fabric. Right. So let's put in initial price, $14.99. A minimum selling price that's above that, $29.99. And then if you change the initial price now to something that's above the minimum selling price, so like say the initial price is now set to $30, then when you try to submit, it will again give you that error.
All right, thank you, Koshal. And now I will take over and I will show us the view listing function. So view listing, you just see all the items that are currently available. There's no winner yet because the date has yet to end. And you can see just everything by type, size, color, all that good stuff. And you got to see the product ID on the left. And yeah, and it's not 5:40 yet, so the item is not going to expire. It is going to expire in 2 minutes. So we'll come back to it later, and you'll see that it's going to disappear. And you can sort by different things you can see, and there's a search bar, and there's a wish list function that we have talked about earlier. So let's look at that. So in the wish list, you have all the items that you can just type in a name or something. The shoes and shirt, those are a little vague. So let's add a new item into our wish list. Just add it like you just whatever you see, you can just add. Or let's add something that we already see. And there you go. Look at that. Perfect. And let's add something that let's add something that we don't have. Yeah, let's add a tank top. And as you can see, we don't have a tank top. So let's start selling a tank top, and we'll see what happens. Tank top. All these other fields doesn't really matter because we already showed these earlier. These all work. And yeah, just fill in information. And the name is just going to be suit because, well, the style is really the styles and other stuff. Well, all these fields matter when it comes to the wish list categorization. But you'll see that, look at that. Now, tank top, there's a tank top available for purchase. It's a suit, but it's a style of a tank top. So it's a little exotic, but it is what it is, right? And it shows the current price. Well, actually, it shows the current price of the highest bidding. If there's no current bids, then it's just going to show the initial price that the seller set it to. And if you click on the product ID, you can see that there's all these items that are similar. Nobody had placed a bid on this particular item auction. So you're going to see all the product ID that are similar, and it is a similar categorization as the wish list. So they all relate back to each other because they're all just similar items, as you know. And as you can see, it is now 5:40. So the test shoes have just disappeared off the face of the planet, reduced to ashes. And and all the other items, once they expire, they will also just disappear. And for the alerts, you can see that they all have a hyperlink to the item that you want. And if you look at it, and there's an auction winner, and the user one have won this auction, and because he's the only one that has placed the bid. And the winner is only decided if after the end date, and if the price is below the desired price, then nobody wins. It just expires. And if you look at the auction history for item number 8, we can see that user 1, user 2 had a little fierce competition when it comes to bidding. And auction 2 was placed. The users have placed the bids on these. The user 1 has placed the following bids, and he has also listed the following bids. And if you click on them, then it leads you to the item ID. And it shows you the item ID, and those are all hyperlinked, and you can just click on them, and it shows you where the items are.
There's also sorting for view listings.
Oh yes, of course. So if you go to view listings, you can see we can sort by name, type, price, and you can reset.
You can also search.
Yeah, you can also search. And let's look up, and it's look up by name. So let's see, we look up this thing, and look at that. You can look up Air and Air Mac. And if you look up, and there's another one because it's look up by name, and just sort, and there you go. And now I'll hand it over to Jason, where he will talk about the administrators and the customer representative functions.
Okay, so this is a view questions page. I can see from the end user perspective, you can post a question with a specific question ID. So let's do that. Type in a random number, or first let's start off with the replicate pre-ID and what happens if we post. There's already a question that exists with ID. So now let's actually post a question. Let's do 12, and then any question you want. And as you can see, it appears there. You can also search as well. And let's search. It searches by question name. So let's do another. And as you can see, that pops up. And you can also reset. And as you can see, everything, you can also, that's pretty much it for questions on the end user side. So now let's go over to customer representatives. So let's do CR1 and then CR1 for password. So as you can see, there's a lot of functionalities. You can view questions. So let's first view a question. And as you can see, question IDs 3 and ID 4 have not been answered. So let's answer those. So let's answer ID 3 and let's put in random answer. And as you can see, it works. And you can also search as well, but we already have that functionality for the end user. So we're not going to go over that. So let's go back. And as you can see, we have a bunch of functionalities here. So we can edit a user account. So what was the user that we put in? Yes. And let's add him yes. And then let's give him a new. As you can see, user successfully updated. So let's test that real quick. So let's log out. And then input. As you can see, I've got password. And then user test. And then with the same password. Yeah. As you can see, it worked. The password changed, and also the username changed as well. So let's log out, and also everything else changed as well. So let's go back to customer representative page. As you can see, we also have delete a user. So let's delete the test. Let's delete the one that we inserted. And let's delete that. As you can see, it's user successfully deleted. So let's log out and try him. As you can see, it doesn't work. Yes. Yes. Correct. So now let's move on. Let's go to remove a bid. So in order to remove a bid, we made the primary key in our database the bidder, the PID, and the bid date. So the bidder, of course, is the user name of the bidder. The PID, of course, is a product ID that the bidder is bidding for. And the bid date is, of course, the date of which that bid was placed. So let's see. Choose anything. Anything is going to work. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's go to view. Yeah. So let's take a look at a bid here. Let's delete the last one with bid amount 85. So let's do user test. Yeah, the last one, bid amount 85. The bid amount is 85 for that. Yes. Let's just remove that bid. Yes. Yes. User test is a bidder, and then product ID. We need the product ID of the under. Yeah, and that was number 8. We were already there in CR1. Okay, well, whatever, it's fine. So, okay, I see. User 1, user test, and then the PID was 8. and then the date was that. It's fine. And if we refresh, as you can see, it deletes. So now let's move on to the auction, removing an auction. So all you need right for this one is a product ID. So I don't know which one you want to remove, but choose one. So let's bring number 11. Yes. And as you can see, auction is successfully deleted and it's gone. Straightforward and simple. Okay, so now let's move on to the admin functions. So let's log out. Let's type in admin and admin. And we can create new customer representative accounts. So let's try to do that. As you can see, registration success. So let's log out and use that. As you can see, the customer representative page pulled up. So we know that the user that logged in is a customer representative. So let's go back to the admin. And aside from the admin's functionality of creating customer representatives, there are also all these sales reports that are generated automatically when the admin logs in. So you have total earnings, you have the earnings per item, which lists out all the items that are already won. You have earnings per item type as well. So shoes, shirts, and pants. You also have earnings per user, which lists out all the users that have won a bit, that have successfully sold an item. And you also have the best selling items, which counts the number of items in the database. And last but not least, you also have best buyers, which tests the amount, which counts the amount of times a user has won an auction and then just ranks and then just ranks them. So that's it for me.
I guess one additional functionality is that for the navigation link, when you click on the navigation home, you hear me now? Okay, I'm just gonna start that part over.
So what do you want to do, Kushal?
I was just gonna say that the home is like different for each type of user.
Oh yeah. You mean the header? I think it's That's also that. I think that's kind of given as well. So yeah, home is
Yeah, but like customer representative goes to the CR1 and admin goes to admin.
yes. That makes sense too. So you as you can see, that's the admin. Yes, and this is CR1. As you can see, you have that too. See, it works. Okay, so that yeah, I think that
I think that's it.
So
yeah.
currently our
Yeah,
website does not have a bid functionality because our fourth teammate, David, is working very hard to try to make it work, but however, he is encountering difficulties. And yeah, and we wish him the best, and if he can finish it before the deadline, then we will include it into this video. If he does not, then yeah, that's it. And look, and if you go to the view listings and you want to buy a wife, well, we don't sell wives on this website, so items not available. And the alerts only show that after you've won. So that's pretty much it. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and be safe in trying time. Get vaccinated,
Yeah, vaccinated.
and
You can finish.
yeah, and hope you enjoy the video. Watch it with your family. It's a great family film. You'll laugh at us because we're so amateur. And have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.